It's Stevie Babies. Doing it without the headphones again. Let me know what you think. Before we start, can I ask you to press the like button? And if you haven't already subscribed, please press the subscribe button. Costs you nothing. Means you don't miss anything. Apologies for yesterday. Didn't get a vlog done at all yesterday. I was so busy with all the funeral arrangements and that. So we now know when the funeral is. Sad. You only have it at the graveside. No churches are open. She really wanted the church. She was secretly religious, we're discovering. Anyway, enough of my mother-in-law. And apologies for not vlogging yesterday, because I know you're so excited every day to listen to my vlog and to watch my vlog. I'm getting all mixed up. Different cup today. But today, to make up for yesterday, I have two paintings to talk about, and they're really quite old. And despite what I said in the last painting being the only one framed, these two are also framed. These frames I paid for an exhibition. And we know how long it was because, whoa, come here, baby. Because I actually signed it, my full name, rather than a tag. This was the days before the tag. It's just my name signed, which is okay, but it's quite hard to do all the time. I like the, it's like a drum beat, isn't it? I like it. So this is oil on board, and it's called Suburbia Granada. It's part of the suburb of Granada, city I love. Not just because I have friends there, although I think they've both moved out now. I think one's gone to Padua and the other one has gone back to where he was born, Carolina. Can't remember now. Gosh. Anyway, it's a nice frame, if nothing else. But actually, I really like this. It's got a loose style about it. So the loose style I'm looking for all the time, I was actually doing early on. But of course, as usual, it's the only one I've ever done. And yeah, I love it. The size is, I'm not sure. I should have measured it, shouldn't I? It looks about, it's about 50 centimetres. What? Let me get a tape measure. They live up there, back in the tick. Tick. So 49 centimetres wide. And 65 centimetres in the other direction. That includes the frame. So the actual board is about 47 by about 62. Anyway, I'm never taking the frames off, so it doesn't matter, does it really? So that's Granada, Suburbia Granada. And the other one, which is the same size, is a figurative landscape. Getting clever. I don't know if you can see it with the daylight coming through the door. It's called Ja-Scape. Ja-Landscape. I think Ja-Scape might be a better title, because I don't know if you can see, there's a girl there representing the hills of the landscape. You'll see. And there's another one, there's another girl here. There's a girl here. There's a girl there and the girl there. They are the same girl. Her name was Ja, or Jay, or Ja, I can't remember now. We had a life drawing group in Hinckley, and I booked them up. And when they didn't turn up, guess who got the kit off? Yes, me. So I was working at Loughborough Uni at the time as a model, and this was one of the young students who was needing a bit of money, and so I suggested she come over to Hinckley. She stayed in our house for nothing. Don't think the wife was that happy with it. But I wasn't going to drive back to Loughborough at 9 o'clock at night. What's the point of that? I was going in the next morning anyway. So there we go. Ja-Landscape or Ja-Scape. I've fallen out of love with these two paintings because the varnish isn't terribly good. I wonder if I could revarnish it. Can you take the old varnish off and then revarnish it? Because it's a bit patchy. That one's Suburbia Granada is not quite so bad. But anyway, that's the paintings for today. So that's talking art. Now to talking life. We now have the death certificates. So possibly today the wife can start telephoning banks and solicitors to make appointments to go in and show them the death certificates. So the banks can do whatever it is that they do until they close the account. I think they must do. They've already closed all the direct debits, so it's a small step next, I think, to closing those. And the solicitor, of course, has the deeds of the house, I believe, and her will. But we already have a copy of the will, so we know what that involves. It involves my wife inheriting everything, which sadly also will probably include the debts, if there are any. Let's hope there aren't any, or if there are, not too many. So I've got to tell you people, if you're getting older like I am, and it's made me think, I can tell you, get your house in order. Don't leave all this mess to your offspring who are going to sort your will out and sort you out and everything. It's so very stressful. It comes at a time when you're grieving. You don't want all that. It's quite good to focus your mind on other things, of course. It is in fact the thing that you need to focus your mind away from. It's a vicious circle. So I'm going to look into ways of avoiding probate for my kids, legally, obviously, and because that's going to be the next contention. What is it for? How much does it cost? Why does the solicitor charge so much? The deed of probate is £215. Yeah, you think the solicitor's going to charge that? I think he'll be at least double. And I think we've done half of the job already. So we'll have to have a chat with the solicitor about that. And if his charges are too much, then we'll shop around for another solicitor. Simple as that, isn't it? Don't have to use the one that your deceased parent or whatever had used. So, and they'll probably charge for giving us a will, I expect. They charge for every last bloody thing, don't they, solicitors? Bloody grabbing bastards. Apologies for the language. It's that time, stressful time it gets. Oh, and I brought she had two music centres, one in her house, and one's in a nice glass. They used to do these glass things, cabinets with the speakers on it, and somewhere for the LPs. And she had another one underneath it. So I thought I'll bring the other one that's separate from it and put it in the studio. So I put it in the studio and it powers up and does absolutely nothing else. So that's clearly why she got the other one, because that's the one that works. But there's no room in here for that. So that's a great shame, isn't it? And then you can take it out of the cabinet. I'll have to look into that. It would be nice to have a proper little hi-fi in here rather than the portable radio. Although that's okay, it's cool. But there you go. So our house is now full of bags of documents, ornaments, photographs, and that's just from the living room. Heaven help us, the rest of the house. So be aware of that. Get your house in order. Get rid of all your rubbish. You know it's rubbish. You know what people don't want. So get rid of it. Don't leave it for the people you leave behind. And we also think she's visited from spirit. Her little great granddaughter, I won't say her name, but she's about 18 months old, and she told her mum, "There's a lady in my bedroom last night." "Oh, really?" "Yeah." And the next day, that lady was in my room again. She's not very well. So there is somebody there, and we're now convinced it's Margaret. I don't know why she's not visiting us, but children are more akin, more in tune to what I like to call the world of spirit, because that's my belief. I don't believe we're just core physical. I believe we also have that thing that animates us, which just goes into something else when the body stops. But anyway, I'm not going to get talking into my beliefs and spiritualism and what have you, because it might turn a lot of you off. Anyway, I've been going for 11 minutes now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say love all, hurt none, and walk in soft shoes. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, Stevie babies.